All right, I'll admit it. I was technically wrong. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be discussing the Demon Slayer news that just came out. I'm going to warn you all now before I get into it. It was very, very minute details about what is going to happen. However, they did technically make an announcement, so I am going to talk about that really quick, just keep you all up to speed on what's going on in the Demon Slayer world. But before we do that, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel so you get updates whenever these come out, and leave a comment what you think regarding this news, because it really wasn't much, but hey, it was something. I did make a video that said we are not getting Demon Slayer news this year, and we got Demon Slayer news this year, no matter how small it was. So I'll take the L. I will gladly take this L, and let's talk about it. And here's the news. Demon Slayer is coming in 2025. Yes, that's all they announced here. It did come with a new promotional reel. However, I will just throw out there now, do not watch that promotional reel with the expectation that there will be any new visuals or new voice acting or anything. There is literally zero. I think they had maybe a few new aerial shots of the Infinity Castle, and they kind of spliced together a lot of stuff that has already happened, that we've already seen in the anime, and that's it. And the information that is in this promotional reel is literally just that it is coming out in 2025. Now, I will say, this is technically news. I am very aware that they never announced that it was coming in 2025. That was just all assumption on the fandom's part. I know a lot of people still thought that it was going to be coming early 2026. So this news, while it is news, it does not surprise me. They just kind of did this to throw out there hey, yes, this movie is in fact coming out in 2025. But that was it. There was no announcement of a world tour, which means we're not going to be getting one. There was no announcement of anything else known, dates of events, or no dates saying oh, there's going to be another announcement at this event or anything like that. So it was literally just a quick little 2-minute long recap of what we've already seen, and then the announcement that it is coming out in 2025. Now, a couple things. So obviously there's not a lot to go over, but I do have a couple of thoughts regarding this. Number one is the fact that they only said 2025 is once again kind of confirming my theory that it's not going to be coming out until late 2025. I still think it'll be coming out around fall, which means we've got about 10 to 11 months before this movie comes out. And I'm going to just say this now, maybe y'all have less trust in me now because I was wrong about this, but this was very, very small information. This is practically not an announcement at all. We all kind of knew already it was coming out in 2025. They just had to make it official. But that being said, keep in mind that this is the same weekend that we got information in the last 2 years. And in 2022, when they made their first announcement here, they did actually give us a month. They said Swordsmith Village is coming out in April. And then last year, when they made the announcement for Hashira training, they said that it was coming out in the spring. So for both of those, it was a much smaller range of time. This time it's literally the entire year, and I don't want to have anyone get their hopes up and think that means it's going to come earlier than the spring, because they're going to want to throw a lot more marketing into this than they did the Hashira training arc or even Swordsmith Village arc. So I think the fact that we're just getting the year and that's it, that tells me that we can expect this pretty late in the year, because they're going to take their time to make new reels, new trailers, new promotions, and it just kind of supports my theory that the hiatus is going to be 13 to 14 months, maybe 15 months when all is said and done if it comes out in October. And that's just a very normal hiatus for them. They've only not done that once, and it was before a training arc. That's kind of to be expected. I'll put the link to the promotional reel in my description on the Aniplex of America's account so you can look at the translated version. But again, I just warn you, there wasn't anything in it, unless you want to count the new visual of the Infinity Castle new visual information, which it really wasn't. It was just like yet another picture of something we've seen quite a bit already. Now, I'm already seeing quite a few people post on Twitter that they're expecting still to get information at Jump Festa. I'm going to say, once again, I could be wrong, but do not expect information at Jump Festa. It has already been announced, it was announced earlier this week, that we are getting a Hinokami Chronicles 2, which personally I'm very excited about. Be on the lookout. I'll probably make a video about that once it comes out, maybe of me doing the gameplay. We'll see. But that was announced that it will become available to play at Jump Festa. So that tells me that they probably will talk about that a lot at Jump Festa. And then they will also talk about the fact that it is coming in 2025, the movie. So don't expect anything new. One thing that I've come to really be aware of and assume is there's usually a couple of months in between each announcement that Aniplex and Ufotable do. Usually, like in the past, if we look at last year, we had the first promotional reel in December, and then I think the next one was not until March. So just be aware. Be aware that we're probably not going to get any promotional reel. If I can make a prediction, I would say we'll get like the first real trailer that tells us either a season or a month in the spring. But that was the news. Yes, I was technically wrong, but again, I will say this was very, very small. It felt very much like they just had to do this before the end of the year to let us know, like, hey, we're still working on it. It's coming out next year, we promise. Stay tuned. We're going to have more information at some point again. And I think that'll all come out next year. I think that'll be in the spring. And then from there, who knows what's going to happen. I still stand by my assumption that it'll be in the fall. But that was the news. I'm trying to extend this video longer, but that's it. I gave you my thoughts. And don't expect anything at Jump Festa now, because Jump Festa is just going to be them talking about Hinokami Chronicles and this information that was just released. But yes, feel free. You can totally go on my video that's labeled "There's not going to be any news in 2024" and tell me that the video didn't age well, or that, I was totally wrong. I will fall on that sword. I was technically wrong. We got news. But that is it for today's video. If you liked this video, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment your thoughts on this new information. You can also follow me on social media. I'm at Hannah Millet on Instagram. That is HANAMILET. And I'm trying to hit 5K on there before the end of the year. I'm currently at about 4,700, so help me out there. You can also follow me on TikTok and X. I am at Looking Nerdy on there. But with that, we'll see you next time. またね